Here's a comment I got yesterday, and actually I've had about 100 different versions of this comment over the last several days. It goes like this. I'm at 1,500 watch hours, and I've been at this for 2 years. There's no way I'm getting to 4,000 by February 1st. February 1st is a little more than 5 months away, and if you haven't heard, what he's talking about there is that YouTube came out with new requirements. In order to get monetized, you're going to need to be at 8,000 watch hours over the last year instead of the current 4,000 watch hours. It changes to 8,000 watch hours on February 1st. So anybody who can get to 4,000 before then, so in the next 5.5 months, will be grandfathered in, and you won't have to reach 8,000. And furthermore, once you are monetized after February 1st, you only need to maintain 1,000 watch hours per year to stay monetized. That, or continue to make, I think it's one video every 6 weeks. Like, it's not a lot. So once you're in, you're good. And I get it. 1,500 hours when you need 4,000. You've been at it for 2 years. You only have 5 months left. It seems pretty daunting. In this video, I want to actually give you some practical steps to getting there and getting monetized. We got 5.5 months, so let's get this done. First of all, let's stop talking about watch hours. What does that mean anyway? I mean, I can tell you what it means. It's just that it's not that tangible, right? Views makes a whole lot more sense and is an easier number to go by. That's what you see all the time when you look at a video on YouTube. You see how many views it has. You don't see how many watch hours it has, right? So let's talk about views. So, and I've written this down because I wanted to make sure the math worked. So if you have 50 videos, all right, 50 videos, and each one gets 4 views a day, okay? That doesn't sound like a lot. That's 150 days. That's what you have left, basically, to get to February 1st. That's 30,000 views. That's what you need, 30,000 views at a 5-minute average view duration. So if each one of your videos gets on average 5 minutes, that's 150,000 minutes. That's 2,500 hours. Now, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that's easy, because if it was easy, you would have done it by now, right? It's hard, and I understand it's hard, but I think if we reframe it like that and we actually put some rules in place for you to follow, you can get there. So here's the plan, and it's got 8 steps, all right? Number 1, stop publishing videos that are less than 8 minutes long. All right, make longer videos. If you want to get watch hours, your videos have to be longer. If you have short videos, you're not going to get many hours. The number of watch hours, or the percentage of my watch hours that I get from short videos, is very low. Short videos are fine if views are what you want, right? And once you get monetized, it is views that you want. Like, the watch hours aren't going to matter anymore. I'm crying here, I don't know why. It's windy. It's like 25-mile-an-hour winds, or 20 miles an hour, 25 kilometers an hour, something like that. Very windy. Views are what you want when you are monetized, because before every video plays, there's an ad that plays, and you make money on ads when you're monetized. But until you're monetized, you need watch hours. So stop making short videos. Make sure they are like 15 to 25 minutes long. And in order to make videos that are that long, you're going to have to get good at talking to the camera, right? And the only way you can do that, to get good at that, is to practice. So that's what you're going to do. Number 2 is stop publishing shorts. Okay, just stop it with the shorts. You can put 1 or 2 up here and there if you want to help you with branding, which is what I do. But the reality is, and not a lot of people know this, actually I shouldn't say that, I think a lot do, but a lot don't. Watch hours that you get from shorts don't count. They don't count at all towards the watch hours you need to get monetized. Okay, so stop it with the shorts and just focus on long form videos and live streams. More on that in a bit. And number 3 is, and I already kind of mentioned it, but go 15 to 25 minutes and earn it. Okay, so if you make longer videos, it's going to be harder to keep people watching for long, and you're not going to get as many views. That's okay, as long as you have a good percentage of people that do watch a lot of it. And when I say good percentage, it's going to be a lower percentage than watch your short videos. But the challenge then becomes, how do you keep people watching your videos? So one of the easiest ways that I know of to do that is to tell a story. Like, decide what you want your video to be about, what information you want to share with your audience, and then instead of just telling that information, just saying it, instead of just saying it, wrap it in a story. Like maybe a story that has a lesson learned at the end of it, or something like that, right? If you can do that, you'll be able to keep people's attention for longer. Again, not everybody, but you don't need everybody. You know, if you could have even 30% on average watch a 25 to even 30-minute video, that is a lot of watch hours, and that will really add up. A quick word about the sponsor of today's video, 1 of 10. I've been spending more time on my videos up front before recording them, and one of the tools I've been using is 1 of 10. What I like about this is it lets me see what's actually working, so I'm not guessing as much. Instead of going out, filming a video, editing it, and then finding out it doesn't land, I'll use 1 of 10 to search for outliers first. With 1 of 10, I can easily see what's performing in my niche, and it helps me with a topic I might want to explore in my next videos. I also use the idea generator, which gives me ideas based on what's been working on my channel. I don't use the thumbnails it creates for me, although you can. I just use those as awesome ideas for making my own thumbnails. And once I've got the idea dialed in, I then use the title generator to help me come up with the perfect title for my video. There's also a dedicated thumbnail generator, which is fantastic at creating great looking thumbnails. But for me, the real value right now is just making better decisions before I go out and film anything. Because if your idea doesn't grab attention right away, it's probably not getting clicked. So 1of10.com. I'll leave a link below if you want to give it a shot, and you'll get your first month for $1. All right, let's get back to the video. Start a weekly live stream. Okay, I mention this all the time, but it's so important. It's so important for building up your watch hours. Start with 30 minutes, okay? And all you got to do is just kind of show up and talk about the last video you made, right? Or talk about the next video you're going to make, right? Just talk as if you're talking to a friend. Talk to your camera as if you're talking to one person that you know well and who has just asked you a question about whatever it is you make videos on. Right? And talk about it. You should know fairly well what it is you're talking about. And if so, you should be able to talk about it to a camera. Again, it's going to feel weird the first time you do it. And that's why I say start out short, shorter, like 30 minutes, even shorter if you want. There's no requirement and there's no risk either, because when you do a live stream, if you don't like the way it went, you can delete it. I would highly discourage you from deleting it unless it was absolutely horrendous and it actually might hurt your channel, but I have a hard time understanding what that would be. My early live streams were horrible, but they're all still there on my channel. So start with 30 minutes and then work your way up to an hour, 2 hours even, right? The number of watch hours you can get from that is, I mean, it'll blow your mind. That is what got me monetized. I got monetized before I had any viral videos, and it was because I decided to live stream every week. And it only took me about 4 months from the time that I did that. So start live streaming, or at least start thinking about live streaming and what you can talk about in them. Number 5 is fix the first 30 seconds of your videos. The first 30 seconds are critical for keeping people watching. Now remember, this watch hour thing that you're trying to grow, that's a retention issue. It's not a number of views issue, right? It doesn't really matter how good your thumbnail and title are. They get the click, great. But once they get there, you got to keep them to get those watch hours. And the only way to keep them, or the best way to keep them, is to have an amazing first 30 seconds of your video. Get right to the point. Don't dilly-dally. Don't drag your feet and waste your time or waste your viewers' time. Get right to the point. Or another way to do it is to start off by just telling a story, right? And if you become a good storyteller, that'll do wonders for hooking people in those first 30 seconds. You want to get to a point where, based on what you've said in the first 20 to 30 seconds, viewers cannot stop watching. They need to know where this goes. They need to know the end of the story, or at least, whatever it is you teased them about in your intro, they want to know what happens. Okay? So yeah, work on your first 30 seconds. Number 6, publish consistently, at least weekly. All right, people ask me all the time, how many times should I post per week if I want to grow my channel? And I usually say, oh, whatever works for you. Well, now I'm going to say at least once a week. Post at least once a week, twice if you can, because this is the push. This is the push you need to make to get the watch hours to get monetized. Number seven is refresh what already worked. Okay, so the example I'm going to give you is I made a video many months ago called what to do, if you're not getting 500 views, if you're not getting at least 500 views in your videos, this is what you should do. Okay, I made that video, it did amazing. All right, several months later, I made another video called What to Do If You're Not Getting at least 100 views a video. All right, essentially the same title, I just changed one number. The content was slightly different, maybe a lot of the same tips, but presented in a different way. So it's a brand new video. See, there's nothing wrong with that, because when you make a video, lots of people are going to see it, hopefully. But when you then make another video, say 4 or 5 months later, you could have an entirely different group of people watch that video. All right, so you can't assume that everybody who watches a new video you put out has seen all of your other videos. And that's why it's okay to redo videos. So because of that, what I suggest is redo videos that have done really well for you. Maybe there's another way you could present the information to try to make it, I don't know, easier to understand for a different group of people, for example, right? You can phrase things differently. Okay, so redo what's already worked. Number 8, make content for strangers. All right, so this is a big one, and I see this a lot. I see people who say, you know, they're at 1,500 hours and they've been there for a year, right? As soon as I hear that, what I tend to think is things are stagnant and you're not reaching outside of your inner circle. All right, you've got a circle of friends or subscribers, we'll call them. I mean, you may not even really know them, but for whatever reason, you keep making content that is only for them. And I'm guilty of saying, you know, make content that your viewers want to watch, right? There's truth to that. But when I say viewers, I don't necessarily mean the viewers you already have. You need to be discovered by new people. That is how you grow your watch hours, by reaching out beyond your inner circle of friends and try to talk to people who don't even know who you are yet. Okay, so just little things like starting off by saying not welcome back friends, good to see you again, but more like, hey, thanks for stopping in. My name is Rob, if you don't know me. It's great to have you here, and this is what I want to talk about today, right? So that is more for anybody, people who watch my videos regularly and new people. But you need to figure out how to reach new people. Sometimes it's more than just the way you phrase things. It can be in the topics you talk about. Like, try something new. Give your audience, existing audience and potential future audience, something new, right? Maybe something you haven't talked about yet, but that would be interesting to people who like your existing videos. Go outside the box. Try to think outside the box. Now I want to clarify the rules, because a lot of people are looking at February 1st, 2027 as like a hard deadline. I've heard a lot of people say, I'm going to put a real push on to get to 4,000 before February 1st so I don't have to meet the larger requirements. And that's great. You know, a lot of other people are saying they're going to quit and give up and it's not worth it and all of that. So, you know, I can't stop people from quitting, but for those of you who want to double down and actually want to make this work, you're who I want to talk to right now. First of all, getting monetized only requires 3,000 watch hours, and that is not going to change in February. 500 subscribers instead of 1,000 and 3,000 watch hours instead of 4,000. That unlocks fan funding. Super chats, if you're doing live streams, people can give you tips during your live streams. Super thanks, which are tips when people watch your videos. There could be a thanks button below it and they can leave you a tip. Memberships. You can set up memberships with 3,000 watch hour fan funding tier. That's monetized. That puts you in the YouTube Partner Program, and that is not changing in February 1st. The 4,000 watch hour requirement is only for the ad revenue sharing. Okay, to get a percentage of the ad revenue YouTube collects from the ads that go on your videos. And that admittedly is a much larger portion than the fan funding money for most people, and for myself included. But the other thing people aren't understanding is once you get monetized for the ad revenue, so the 4,000 watch hours or 8,000 if you do it after February 1st, once you're there, you don't have to stay there. After February 1st, you only need to maintain 1,000 watch hours over the previous 365 days. Okay, so once you're there, you're good, you're there. Not to mention the fact that once you do get there, if you grow from 1,500 hours today to 4,000 by February, 8,000 is inevitable anyways. So even if you come just shy of the 4,000 and you don't make it, right? You will have gained 2,500 or almost, say 2,000 watch hours in 5 months. That's growth. And if you're doing that, that means you are reaching outside your inner circle and you're growing and things are compounding. You have more and more videos on your channel. So, the number of views you need per video goes down, but it likely won't because you're getting better and better at making videos. It's hard to stop that growth engine. A few months before I got monetized, I was at 2,700 watch hours. That was right around the time I started my live stream. And then my next 4 months were 285, 324, 800 hours in 1 month, 1,300 hours, and then the next month was over 2,000 hours in 1 month. And I got monetized then. Once you start growing by reaching outside of your circle, it's hard to stop that train. Like, you will continue to grow, and that growth will usually accelerate as you grow your library of videos. So there's your playbook. I hope that puts it in perspective a little bit better. I mean, we're talking about watch hours a lot, and they're important, but if we translate it down into views and how many videos and how long people are going to watch your videos, I don't know, I feel like that just makes a little bit more sense and a little easier to understand. One last thing. I'm bringing together a group of 10 to 12 people for the next 14 months to help mentor and to help reach that goal. It's my mentorship program. It's the Creators Growth Project. And what it is 8 weeks of group sessions, right? 8 Mondays in a row. Actually, not in a row. I'm going to do 4 Mondays. I'm going to take a Monday off and then 4 more because I'm going to Vid Summit. If anybody wants to go to Vid Summit, love to see you there. So it's going to be 8 Mondays over the course of 9 weeks, group sessions. They include hot seats where I do mini coaching sessions with each individual. Everybody will get 2 to 3 hot seats over the course of the program. It includes presentations, the complete program. In addition to that, everybody will get up to 4 one-on-one calls with me. Okay, so it's kind of a hybrid system where there are group sessions as well as one-on-one time. Okay, sometimes there may be things that require more time, so we can have an hour session up to 4 times, okay? And those don't all have to be used in the first 8 weeks because after those 8 weekly group sessions, there are 12 monthly check-in calls, okay? Alumni Hub is what I call it. And you'll get to meet other people who have gone through this program before you as well. It's not just about growing on YouTube, it's about growing on YouTube and building a business around it. So if that's something you want to do, and if you're interested and you like the idea of being in a group of people where you're all kind of doing this together and learning from one another, accountability tends to be a big reason why people succeed. And I just find putting everybody in a room like that, where you get to meet people and get to know people over the course of several weeks, it helps. It helps. You get to share your wins with everybody and you get to learn from what other people are doing too, not just from me. So if that interests you at all, there's an application form that I'll link to in the description below. Towards the end of this week, I will be reaching out to those who are successful. I've got to do it by application because I can't take an unlimited number of people in this. There's only so much time that I have, and the group sessions would not be as valuable if there's like 50 people in the room. So that's why I cap it at 10 or 12. So if you're interested, fill out that application form. I'll be reaching out to people towards the end of this week and into next week, with the hopes of getting it up and going by August 31st. That's all I got. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions at all, let me know below. Let me know where you're at in your watch hour journey, if you even know. Let me know if you plan to continue this journey or if you're just so frustrated you plan on giving up. I'd also like to know that. Anyways, we've all had, about a week to digest this new information. Or the new requirements, and I think some people are starting to understand that it's not as big a deal as they initially thought. Anyways, we'll talk more about this tomorrow in the live stream. Hope to see you there. And that said, I'll see you in the next video. My name is Rob. If you're new here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.